Welcome to Paradise Jam, NCAA on a paradise land. From near and far, them a travel all long to come experience the beautiful white sand. So, Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Mr. Big things are going in a Milan. Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island.
One of the best shooting teams in the country will look to fill up the island rims of the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. The Boise State Broncos are third in the country in three-point shooting percentage and face a North Dakota Fighting Hawks team under new leadership but playing more and more connected. Welcome to the Blake Eldridge Sports and Fitness Center at the University of the Virgin Islands. On St. Thomas Islands, he is the coach, Kevin Lehman, and I am Brad Wells. And Coach, Boise State, they are shooting lights out. They have 6 seniors. 3 of them are shooting better than 43% from three-point land.
Well, Coach Presnell wants to say, can we shoot that well against a physical team that they're going to see in the North Dakota? And North Dakota, one of the best rebounding teams in the country also.
All right, let's spotlight a couple of players for North Dakota. Ava Miller, the 6'2 sophomore. She has been the steady for the Fighting Hawks.
She transferred back near home and has been great for her career. 10 points a game, just under 10 rebounds, almost a double-double machine. She had 18 rebounds against Green Bay. Can play inside, can play outside. And how about this stat? She is 54% from the 3 ball. This is a post player, 16th in the nation. So that is a tough matchup, inside and out.
All right, let's talk for Boise State now. How about Natalie Pasco? She is a sharp shooter.
Well, we talked about Ava, 16th in the nation. Natalie's 3rd in the nation at 61%. 19 points against Riverside. She went 4 for 5 in that game. Get these stats. She's 16 of 26 on the season. A Mountain West preseason pick. Natalie Pasco and Ava Miller, they can both light it up from deep.
All right, Coach, let's talk keys to the game now. Let's talk for North Dakota. How do they start their games in Paradise with a win?
This is an easy one. You got to guard the arc.
Is that all we're going to talk about?
North Dakota. Get out there and get them off the line. They are one of the tops in the country. And as you said, Brad, they got a lot of people who can shoot it. And Dennis Hutter said, we got to lower our turnovers. Too many times we're not having opportunities to shoot the basketball. Big key for North Dakota is low turnovers tonight.
Yeah, 133 turnovers in the first 6 games. All right, for Boise State, what do you need to see out of the Broncos?
Gordy Presnell was really intrigued in this game because this is the most physical team he's going to see so far this season. Can his team match that physicality, especially inside? And the reason why they shoot 3 so well, they get to the 2nd and 3rd side of their offense. The ball touches the paint before they shoot the 3. That's why they are so effective with step-in 3 balls at a high percentage.
All right, those are our keys to the game. Their officials for tonight, Corey Long, Simona Petronite, and Ashley Birch. And there you see Natalie Pasco. Over 15 points per game, 2nd on the team in scoring, but 16 of 26 from three-point land. And we jump it up. Libby Hutton wins the opening tip for Boise State, and right out of the gates, how about Tatum Thompson dropping in a 3?
We didn't even talk about her now. She leads them in scoring just under 16 a game.
Thompson, Bays, Hanson, Hutton, and Pasco, the starters for Boise State. North Dakota, same starting 5 as last game, as Michaela Aumer with the opening basket gets the start, joined with Hughes, Miller, Peekney, and Walker Demers, the senior. Another 3-ball. Thompson gets it started.
We talked about Natalie Pasco, but Dayton Thompson can shoot it from the 3-ball also. Hasn't shot a lot this year, but she has shown tonight. You better guard her out there.
She made her first 2 of the season right here tonight.
I was double checking my stats.
And there's a basket inside for Walker Demers, the 6'2 senior from Grafton, North Dakota. Preseason second team All Summit League. The jumper from Bays is good. Coach, nothing better when you talk about how good a shooting team Boise State is. They come out and they knock in their first 3 shots.
You've got to get out and match them right away. On-ball defense, get a hand up, because they can all shoot it for the Broncos.
Beekney out to Hughes. Through the hands now of Miller, and a takeaway for Thompson. Thompson goes up into contact, no whistle, and now the trailer. The layup is good for Libby Hutton, the sophomore from Australia.
They can pass it, they can run, and they can shoot it.
And miscommunication, there's a turnover on North Dakota. The point of emphasis for head coach Dennis Hutter in year number 1 after the first 6 games is we have got to take better care of the basketball.
And keep the turns down, and now set your defense, communicate through those screens.
Thompson pull-up jumper, left it short, and the rebound hauled in by Hannah Miller, who's into the game for North Dakota, spelling Peekney. Now the drive-by, Hughes draws the contact and will go to the free throw line. There's a look at Cordy Presnell, Coach P in year number 21 at Boise State, his 37th career year, 774 career victories. That is number 30 all-time in NCAA history.
He's only been at 2 schools, Seattle Pacific University and Boise State. Great runs at both.
Excuse me, 38th year for Coach Presnell. Second free throw, no good. Here's Pasco feeding it inside to Hutton. Hutton wants to attack Demers, and a travel violation is called on Hutton.
Very important in this game for North Dakota to score the basketball, whether it's from the free throw line or field goals, because they need to set their defense, Brett. If they're backpedaling off missed shots or turnovers, this Bronco team is so good at passing and attacking the rim, it'll be difficult to get them stopped.
Ava Miller tried to dish it out to London Harris. Another turnover for North Dakota. Now Thompson working with Bays. Bays back to Thompson. Jumper from the baseline is short. Miller grabs the rebound.
The Fighting Hawks a little better when they can get their defense set. Nice play.
Nice feed that time from Hughes inside to Ava Miller.
Hughes gets that elbow screen, has turned the corner.
Saw Coach Hutter there between shots in year number 1 as he took over after being an associate head coach for 1 year. And Mallory Bernhard surprisingly stepped down in March of 2025 after just 5 seasons. Was 57 and 87 and had been part of the program for 15 plus years as a player and a coach. And Coach Hutter, after 19 seasons as head coach at Mayville State, had over 250 career wins, is now in his first year as a Division I head coach.
Powerhouse.
And another turnover.
Powerhouse at Mayville State.
Pasco kicks it back. Bays knocks it in for 3. Bays, a 45% three-point shooter.
Transition threes, but knows the ball collapsed the defense on dribble penetration before they kicked it out for the 3.
There's a deep 3. No good for Hughes. That's the first miss for North Dakota, but 4 early turnovers by the Fighting Hawks. There's a block and a takeaway by Miller.
Now Hughes is locked on to Pasco.
And another miscommunication, just not on the same page. As Skylar Vollmer throws it away.
Those are the type of turnovers you have to clean those up. Let's see a team as offensively talented as Boise State just cannot have empty possessions.
Head coach Dennis Hutter says this is a really connected team. They've really emphasized family first. He says that's just how I built my program at Mayville State, just pouring into each other. We're working on high fives, team touches, positive leadership. The next step has got to be the execution and the connectivity on the court.
They're getting there. This would be a great tournament for that to develop.
Walker Demers, the senior, with 2 points.
There's a physicality with that ball screen. Goal person's open.
Takeaway for Hughes. The run out layup is good to make it a 4-point ball game.
Get some points off turnovers. That will be huge for North Dakota. Get some easy baskets.
Pasco dumps it off with a 6'5", Emily Howard, and Howard unable to get it to fall.
There's physicality inside by Demers.
Fulmer with the drive. This is Almer. Almer goes strong to the rim. And a foul will go against Boise State. As Bays called for the foul, 3:47 to play, a fast start. Boise State, a 4-point lead as they have 3 three-pointers made. North Dakota trying to mount a comeback.
Drag screen in transition. Easy basket inside. Steal and a turnover. Easy 2 for North Dakota. They need more of those.
Live from the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas Island. Alongside the coach Kevin Lehman, I am Brad Wells. Michaela Almer at the free throw line. As North Dakota within 3 points of Boise State. Boise State 3 for 3 from three-point land. North Dakota coach getting it done inside.
10 of their 12 points have been in the paint. That's the physicality that we spoke of. That ball playing the second and third side. Try to shift the defense before you attack.
A three-point attempt from Howard is no good. Her first three-point attempt of the season. And now the blow by, the lay-in is good for London Harris.
North Dakota, some quick hitters.
Harris, just a freshman out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Went to Hopkins High School. State champs in 2022 and in 2024. And North Dakota gets a turnover as Morgan Maldonado, the freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, traveled with it. Pass inside, kicked by Hansen.
North Dakota trying to take advantage of the hard hedge that the Broncos are doing on the ball screen. North Dakota running their big man to the block, trying to get an early post feed.
Illegal screen called on Sydney Peekney. Peekney's first, as that is the first foul called on North Dakota. Boise State with 2 fouls here in this opening quarter. 2:40 to play. Opening game of the 2025 U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam for both teams. Thompson, the Mount West preseason player of the year. In year number 4 with the Broncos program, and now substitutions for both teams. Yes, Ava Miller into the game. Kendra Harvey on the floor for North Dakota State. Hughes returns. And for Boise State, Mason Borcherding into the game, as well as Kira Thompson. There's a kick to the wing. Three-point shot, no good for Miller.
They'll use Miller to stretch the defense. A stretch 4.
Pasco back in for Boise State as well. Jumper off the screen for Hanson, no. Rebounded by Hutton. Hanson leads. Go ahead, Coach.
Huge crash from outside. Hudson.
Thompson from the free throw line. The jumper is good.
Got the soft Paradise rim. Fell right through. Now, everything North Dakota's trying to do is get the ball inside.
There's more paint points. These two coming from Kendra Harvey.
Well, they're shooting the ball from 3 points at around 23%. They're trying to get it into the paint.
Traveling called on Borcherding, and substitution. Miller checks out. Hannah Miller out. Ava Miller in. Not related Millers on this North Dakota team. Ava Miller, the 6'2" sophomore from Rochester, Minnesota. There's the drive by Hannah Miller. I thought Hannah Miller was checking out, but it's Demers to the bench.
Ava Miller kept that one alive. Oh, another one of those turnovers, Brad. They just got to eliminate those. An errant pass.
Here's Pasco, an open look from 3, a rare miss. When that open, North Dakota dodges a bullet. Final 35 of the first quarter. Here's the drive, and the layup by Miller is no good.
Boise going to hold it for 1.
Hanson leads the Mountain West in assists this season. She has 32 already and gets fouled by Harris with 8.1. A foul to give, and so now Boise State will inbound it from in front of the Fighting Hawks bench. Pasco checks out. Into Hanson. 5 on the clock, and Hanson gets fouled again. So Harris now 2 fouls here at the end of the first quarter. And so she heads to the bench. Vollmer into the game.
I thought Dennis Hunter wanted that another foul to give, but watching him talk to the official, it may not be what he wanted.
Here's the dish over to Hutton. Before the horn, it does not fall, and it is a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter. Boise State, a 17-16 lead over North Dakota.
Just what we thought. The 3-ball shooting of Boise State against the inside power of North Dakota. Transition baskets, drive it down, kick it back to your step-in 3 balls. Great start for both these squads.
Head coach Gordy Presnell has been at Boise State for a long time in his 38th career season as head coach. For 18 years, was at Seattle Pacific. Started as a NIA, turned into a Division II power, and rolling it. Yeah, Boise State. There's a takeaway by Danny Bays.
Another turnover. And Gordy Presnell, here's a little nugget. He actually fouled Nels Hawkinson as the head coach at Seattle Pacific. Nels Hawkinson, the president of Basketball Travelers, that sponsors and runs this tournament.
They had a good chat yesterday when Boise State was in for their practice time here at the UVI gymnasium.
Yeah, we got a lot of nuggets on Nels Hawkinson. We could have a pay raise for the next game.
It's a nice drive by Skylar Vollmer, the sophomore out of Presho, South Dakota. Jumper from Hutton is no good, and the rebound grabbed by Almer. Now Almer slows it down. There's a three-point shot off the glass of Almer. Demers able to pass out of the corner, and now North Dakota resets, but just 10 on the shot clock.
Physical game on the glass.
Demers tries to feed it inside, taken away by Thompson for a moment. And now Demers gathers it, but a shot clock violation as Boise State never gained possession.
Great effort by Walker Demers.
North Dakota with their first lead of the game with their basket to start this second quarter. There's the defense by Thompson, but
I'm impressed the way North Dakota started this game. You know, they've come in here with a record of 5 losses to just 1 win.
And here's a shove from behind. It's going to go on Ava Miller. And that will be Miller's first personal foul.
Yeah, North Dakota's execution, their game plan of getting the ball inside, well executed in the first half.
Boise State playing without Madeline Cook, sixth-year senior, 6'3" center. There's a three-pointer from Bays. For Cook, knee injury, and sounds like what we're hearing is done for the year. Meanwhile, for North Dakota State, you think about their shooting woes coach, and at the end of North Dakota State bench, Addison Clostabor, redshirt sophomore from Little Rock, Iowa. She's on the bench, out for the year with an ACL injury, has her left leg wrapped, is here. But she would have provided a much-needed spark, a transfer from the University of South Dakota.
You saw her a lot in the Iowa High School State Tournament. We get a bucket inside from the Broncos.
State champion and 2 times the state runner-up.
Well, after the initial thrust of threes by Boise State, North Dakota has settled and defended that better. Their problem has been costly turnovers at the offensive end, many of them unforced.
They look really connected on the defensive end,
yes,
don't they?
Very much so. They've handled the ball screens well. Early they had, they couldn't get back in transition and get matched up. Since then, they've settled in. If they can make baskets or get dead balls and set their defense, North Dakota's been excellent at the defensive end.
The dump off now, an open shooter. Thompson's going to drive, pull-up jumper is good. Thompson with 8 points here in the first half.
Sweet mid-range game by Thompson.
There's a feed inside. Demers goes up into Thompson. No whistle.
Thompson, good help side defense.
Here's Bays into traffic.
Get over the top of the ball screens.
Now Pasco wants to drive. Pasco gets into the lane. That's rebounded by Hannah Miller.
Well, North Dakota, I like their strategy because, Boise wants to play side to side. They're going to the top of ball screens and really causing problems for the ball reversal.
What a tough shot by Mackenzie Hughes. Hughes, a grad transfer. She played for Coach Hutter at Mayville State NAIA program. She was there for 4 years. her final year there. Coach Hutter was an associate head coach at North Dakota. They're reuniting here, and she has been a huge bridge player for this North Dakota team.
She knows what Coach wants and what Coach needs. Having played for Coach Hutter before, it's been a great transition. It's like having two coaches, a player coach on your staff.
Thompson turnaround jumper is good.
Her mid-range game is unbelievable, and it's one of the most decorated high school players that come out of the state of Washington. Big get for Boise State when they signed her.
She was Miss Basketball in 2022, 4A state champion, an MVP of the championship game, MVP of the state all-star game. Played 20 games as a freshman, averaged 5.5 points per game. And as Harvey goes to the free throw line, Peekney and Hannah Miller get a breather as Thompson checks out alongside Hutton for Boise State.
Now, Boise State's only loss was to Colorado, a game at Colorado, a big physical team, and that's why Gordy Presnell said, I want to see how my team reacts to more of physical play, which I'm going to see from this Fighting Hawks team, and it has been physical inside.
Kenna Garza, 6'2" freshman on the floor for Boise State, sets a screen for Bays. And this is a foul that goes on Hughes.
Dennis
Coach Hutter upset.
He's not going to like this one. Their game plan is get over the top of screens, blow through the top of them so we don't have to switch. And they've been doing an excellent job of executing that early in this game.
Izzy Harms, 6'1" freshman now into the game for Bays for the Broncos.
If they don't have to switch up top on that ball screen, Brad, it stops the Broncos from distorting that backline defense. It's huge strategy if Hughes can continue to do it.
Hansen goes to work, and Maya Hansen, the senior, she has 4 points.
Good counter by Hansen. She knows Hughes trying to get over the top screen. That time refused the screen, straight line drive with a pull-up jumper. Zone now by Boise.
Hughes over to Harris, trying to get it inside. Demers working one-on-one against the freshman. Kicks across the lane, but Matea Mathern unable to keep possession. And
looked like it's going to be an easy two. It turned into a turnover.
There's a tip pass by Harvey.
I think Mathern was so excited to score that basketball, she didn't get a hold of it before she shot it.
The jumper by Pasco is good. Pasco with 4 points.
They've taken the three ball away from Pasco, going to make her into a driver.
Boise State 0 for 2 from three-point land in this second quarter.
They got them early in the game, have not got good looks since.
North Dakota, meanwhile, 0 for 3 from three-point land. They've gotten all their work done in the paint. There's a kick in and out once again from the outside, this time on the shot from Harvey. Trying the three is Garza. Kenna Garza drills it, and a timeout taken with 3:37 to play. Boise State a 9-point advantage.
This one hurts because Garza is not a three-point shooter, but inside going to work is Tatum Thompson. Great mid-range game. Just turn around, face up, pop in that short-range jumper. Off the bench, the first triple of the season.
A 7-0 run for Boise State creates a 9-point lead for the Broncos. North Dakota trying to get back to what's working, and that's the inside game. And Demers earns a trip to the free throw line.
Fighting Hawks are not a good three-point shooting team. They're going to need to keep pounding inside Right now, the difference has been the turnovers. 6 for the Broncos. They've doubled that for North Dakota with 12 turnovers, and that's led to 11 points for the Broncos off those turnovers.
For 6 games, 133 turnovers for North Dakota. That's more than 20 a game.
That's a lot of turnovers to overcome, especially if you struggle. You're not a great three-point shooting team. They're trying to go to the screen again.
There's the kickback, toe on the line, and this is a two-pointer for Kenna Garza, the freshman.
They bring Garza in as the pick and pop 5. They've ran it twice. They end the quarter and begin the next quarter.
Feet inside, great position by Walker Demers inside.
Got the defender on the top side. Garza put the target hand up, catch and finish.
Demers wants to launch another one. Misses that one. Demers with the rebound. 9 points, 3 boards for Walker Demers, and tries to take the offensive foul and gets run over by Izzy Harms. Harms, a freshman from Eugene, Oregon.
Boise State, real simple with their offensive attack. They have a, whatever you do defensively, they have a counter to take advantage of it. Now going zone, trying to keep the ball out of the paint.
Hannah Miller feeds inside to Hughes. Now the kick up top, shot clock winding down. The runner, no good. Offensive rebound, Demers kicks it out. 3-point try for Almer is off the mark. Almer, a kid with 7 made threes on the year. Here's the takeaway. Harvey spins, reverse layup in and out and back in.
So important for North Dakota to get some easy baskets in transition.
There's the drive and the lay-in off the mark for Thompson. Here comes Hughes all the way to the rim, but missed the layup. And now a turnover by Boise State. Almer with the takeaway, attacks the bump by Thompson and the basket.
Had the defender backpedaling. Right at her, get her back on the heels, little in-out move, and it looks like Thompson tries to avoid the foul, still gets whistled.
So to the free throw line goes Michaela Almer. Started in North Dakota's first win of the season against Wyoming, had 10 points, was 6 of 7 at the free throw line in that game.
Good comeback here in the start, or in this second quarter for North Dakota.
She has 6 points here in the first half against Boise State. Thompson back to Bays. Bays off the screen. And North Dakota physical on the glass.
Top of screens, take away the 3. Trying to stop the dribble penetration.
There's the drive by Harvey. Right side gets tied up. Libby Hutton reaches in and snags it. Possession arrow favors the Broncos.
Broncos with 4 triples in this game. There's always a threat from outside. Again, they're not switching or going to the top perimeter screens.
Pasco off the side of the backboard, gets it back. Thompson wide open underneath. Now Bays right side, forced into a pull-up jumper, and she knocks it in.
That's a tough shot. Defender running at her. Shot fake and put it on the deck.
Final seconds of the first half. Here's Lauren Hillsheim in the game. Now Hughes launches the three before the horn. Off the heel of the iron, and it's a 4-point contest. Boise State with the lead here at the break over North Dakota.
North Dakota like what they're doing defensively, over the top of screens, so that Boise State cannot get the dribble penetration. And Boise started off hot, shooting some threes, brought some people off the bench for a little lift. We got a great one here at half.
All right, it's the end of 2 quarters. We will step aside. First half highlights, stats, and a special guest all coming up here from St. Thomas Island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Danny Bays with 9 points for Boise State. North Dakota led by Walker Demers 9 points, and it is a 4-point lead for Boise State here at the break, as we are joined here at halftime with one of our Paradise Jam volunteers, Keenan Otley, joining us. Keenan, thanks a lot for joining us.
My pleasure.
You're a volunteer with Paradise Jam, but you also do so much more. First, talk about just the Paradise Jam. What does it mean to local St. Thomas U.S. Virgin Islanders?
It means a lot, especially considering our main product here is tourism, but not necessarily sports tourism. So it helps us to grow that product. I think we're trying to grow that sector a little bit more than what it is. And the fact that it's been around for so long, I think it's gaining the recognition, bringing a lot more visitors that ordinarily would not be here. A lot of the fans travel with the teams that don't know about the Virgin Islands, and because of this trip, they know and they want to return. Having personally also worked in the hotel sector, I get to see both aspects of it. So I see them on the court, and then I see them in the hotel when they check in. So I get to give them a little bit of that information and find out where they're from and why they were here. And most of them have never heard of us. So it's good to see that the tournament is making them aware and bringing awareness. And one of the title sponsors for the tournament is the Department of Tourism. That partnership is helping to grow us as well.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Department of Tourism, one of your jobs when you're not volunteering at the Paradise Jam is working at Coral World. Talk about, for people that are watching at home, maybe thinking about coming and visiting the Virgin Islands, Coral World. Talk through what all people can experience there.
It's an ocean park on the island. It's the unique and only one of its kind on the island. There's nothing like it on here. Let's say it's more about rehab and rehabilitation as well as interactive experiences. So we have a general admission where you can just walk around and view the animals, and there's like talks and feedings, educational. One of the main goals is education and outreach, and to get people up close and personal with animals. So one of the things being on the island of the disadvantage is that we're not to the size of like a Miami Aquarium or anything like that. However, we pride ourselves on that interaction. So you have in the States where you may have to go behind the scenes. This one you can stay at a presentation and talk one-on-one with one of the trainers or specialists in that field, especially if you're interested in getting into that field. They can answer questions for you about that. And in addition to the general admission, we have animal experiences. So you can swim with sea lions, you can swim with dolphins, you can get in a tank with a shark. We do a Head Start program with the shark. So basically, we get them in, like you send your kids to preschool or Head Start. We do the same thing at Coral World, where we rescue them and we send them back into the wild. We tag them and we see how well they're doing.
Another great partner of the Paradise Jam is the Westin Resort, and you work there as well. The Westin, fantastic establishment. During the men's tournament, we saw a lot of video of Coach Lehman going on some sunset cruises with his girlfriend and some nighttime kayaking. A lot going on just around that resort.
Just around the resort, yes. It's one of the top resorts in the island. It was actually been around before. It was a Marriott before it became a Westin. We opened after the hurricane. Took a bit of a damage, like 6 years or so to reopen. Yep. So now it's a brand new resort offering a lot more than they did before, and it's very robust, and I'm happy to see what the offerings we're doing there. We have a company that does that, like you said, the Sunset Sail. I've been on it, love it. I go on that. Ever so often I say I can. I try to go on that. Haven't been able to get on the night kayak yet. That's on my to-do list. Yeah,
put it on your list. It looks like a lot of fun.
I did it before, but not recently. No, so it's definitely on my list.
Very good. Keenan, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for all you do for the Paradise Jam and here for St. Thomas Island. We'll be back with more college basketball. First half highlights right around the corner. Boise State, a 4-point lead over North Dakota. Boise State, a 4-point lead at 34-30 here at the break. As no player in double figures. Pretty good balance from both of these teams as Boise State started the first half 3 for 3 from three-point land and finished 1 for 4. North Dakota defensively, some nice adjustments here.
I like what they're doing, getting the top of those screens. prevents Boise State from getting penetration and sucking your wings in for those 3 balls. And North Dakota's done it without fouling. Boise State has not shot a free throw yet. Let's see what adjustments that the Broncos are going to do here in the second half.
All right, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights and how we got here. As right out of the gates from the jump ball, Boise State gets an open look from 3. Tatum Thompson hits her first 3 of the season and then her second 3 of the season.
Poor recognition to start this game by North Dakota, and it gave Tatum Thompson some confidence. She got going early. Turnaround jump shot right there as Thompson has 8 points for the Broncos, but turn the corner, get in the paint, bounce pass, points in the paint. 22 total of the 30 points for North Dakota have come inside. Refuse the screen, get to the basket, 2 more points in the paint for North Dakota, and there's a transition basket. They need as many as those they can get. Can they score North Dakota before the Broncos set up their defense?
9 points for Demers, 6 for Almer, 5 points for Hughes to lead the way for North Dakota, 9 for Bays, Thompson with 8, and then Pasco and Hansen each with 4. Kenneth Garza off the bench, 5 points for Boise State. We'll step aside, come back, more from the U.S. Virgin Islands, a 4-point game halfway through. Boise State won the first quarter by 1 point. They won the second quarter by 3 points. It is a 4-point lead here at the half. Let's take a look at our first half statistics in terms of how we got here. As North Dakota shooting-wise, 52%, Boise State 45% from the floor.
Brad, take away those 3 balls, and North Dakota is 12 of 17. That is a high percentage because they want to score in the paint. 0 for 6 from 3, not a great 3-point shooting team. The turnovers are killing North Dakota. And for Boise State, they got to do something to loosen up those 3-point shooters because that's their game, knock in threes.
See that bottom line, 2 points in the paint. That's what you're talking about with the 12 of 17 as Boise State getting it done. 8 second chance points as well on 4 offensive rebounds. As you see the top scores for both teams, still looking for a first double-digit score. Demers and Bays lead the way with 9 points.
I thought Demers was quietly did a real effective job inside for North Dakota, along with those 5 rebounds. She's perfect from the field. That's that high percentage in the paint. And you look at the other side, Thompson off to a great start. And she got 8 quick points, and then Bears with 9 to help Boise State, who has not been in the free throw line yet. Boise State has to find a way to score some points from the free throw line.
All right, we get ready for quarter number 3. As you see head coach Gordy Presnell making some halftime adjustments and looking forward to quarter number 3.
I want to see what he does differently with North Dakota trying to successfully get on the top of his screens. Do you move him out on the floor a little bit more, make that defender go below? Different looks.
Boise State starts in a zone defense here against North Dakota and creates an open 3 look for Pinckney. And now the Broncos looking to run. Here's Pasco. Hutton hands off to Bays. Back to Hutton. Hutton, gets to the right side of the rim. Nice move.
There's the adjustment. DHO dribble handoff by the post. Therefore, that defender has a harder time getting on the top of that screen. And the kick back for the easy bucket.
Almer wants to launch a 3. That's off the rim, and the rebound for Hutton. North Dakota settling for 3s the first 2 possessions.
Fighting Hawks cannot fall in love with that 3 ball. Broncos going to give them that. They see the stats. They have not shot well. Take away the inside game, give them the 3.
Here's the kick out. Now the drive by Hansen, and Maya Hansen with a basket. Averages 8 a game, and Hansen with 6.
What will be important for North Dakota is their ability to close out on the three-point shooter and not let them blow by on the bounce like just happened. Closeouts will be huge.
There's a three-point shot by Peekney, and again from the outside.
Don't fall in love with the three ball. Pound it in the paint. Fighting Hawks.
Natalie Pasco has been hounded. Second leading scorer for this Boise State team. Here's a dish across the lane, and Hutton with another bucket right side of the rim.
Great 45-degree cut. Ball screen, you come from the weak side. Your man comes over to help. Cut to the front of the rim, you're going to get easy baskets.
Hutton with 6 points. North Dakota, Almer trying to drive. Now around the perimeter. Shot clock down to 6. And top of the key now. Shot clock at 1 as it's tipped out of bounds. And North Dakota now in a catch and shoot situation. Kendra Harvey into the game as Peekney checks out. Inbounds pass to Almer, and they let it play out as the shot clock sounds.
Not a good start for North Dakota.
Pasco fires a 3. Pasco 0 for 2 now from three-point land as she came in 3rd in the country, shooting 61.5% from the outside. And substitutions now as Harris back into the game, and Hannah Miller, the 6'2" grad transfer from Arizona State, back on the floor, an Aberdeen, South Dakota native. There's a three-point shot from Harris.
Boise State went zone. North Dakota took the bait. All of their shots, all 5 have been 3 balls to start this half. They need post touches. 22 points in the paint for North Dakota in the first half. Don't go away from it.
Here's another three-pointer for Hannah Miller.
That one got the attention of Dennis Hunter. Stop shooting the 3.
Hutton gets fouled. Ava Miller, the guilty party, and Hutton will go to the free throw line here.
The first free throws of this contest for Boise State.
And a bank shot and a smile by Libby Hutton.
Kiss it off the window. I say, Dr. Naismith put the backboard up there. Go ahead and use it.
Still smiling and knocks it in.
Oh, a good start for Boise State. They're going to stay in this zone.
8-0 run to start this third quarter. And there's a tip pass and a takeaway by Bays. Bays strong with that basketball. Now ahead, Hutton. Oh, nice dump off. And Thompson underneath will go to the free throw line.
It's been 3 ball attempts and turnovers. Yes, take the timeout. Reorganize the troops.
6:14 to play here in the third quarter. Boise State a 12-point lead as they have scored 8 unanswered to start the third quarter. Back with more Paradise Jam action after this. Boise State an 8-0 run to start the third quarter at the free throw line. Tatum Thompson also out rebounding North Dakota the second half, 6-2. But Coach, North Dakota on the offensive end, you've noticed they are settling.
I'm going to guarantee this ball goes in the paint on this trip. Or they're going to turn it over.
Turnover number 15 for the Fighting Hawks.
Coach Hutter's just shaking his head. Oh, poor start for North Dakota.
Thompson, the only player in double figures. She has 10 points. Feeds it inside to Hutton. And Hutton gets pushed from behind. Foul goes on Walker Demers.
Now North Dakota doubled down the post that time right before the foul happened to leave the three-point shooter open.
Harvey checks out. Michaela Almer, the senior from Moore, Minnesota, back into the game. And there's a steal and a takeaway by Hughes.
Keep pushing it.
From the left wing, here's a drive, and Almer gets called for the offensive foul.
Nothing going right for the Fighting Hawks. Refused the screen drive. Oh, what great positioning.
Maya Hansen takes the charge and brings it up.
Could have set a 10 if she'd been there so long.
Senior point guard out of Australia. Here's Thompson, the jumper. And the rebound by Demers.
Slow start. North Dakota still has a chance. They got to get some stuff going here. There you go. There you go.
Paint touch by the guard as Hughes, the grad transfer out of Thompson, North Dakota, played for Coach Hunter at Mayville State, takes charge, gets Coach what he wants, a shot inside the three-point line.
And also, if you get to the free throw line, you can disrupt the momentum of the other team, make these, and you set your defense.
First free throw is good. Hutton checks out as Emily Howard onto the floor out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Was at Liberty for 4 seasons, redshirted a year, and had an injury season last year, played just 7 games. She's back in, calling for the ball inside.
Screen's a little farther out now, Brad.
Bayes step back jumper, rebounded by Vollmer.
Boise State set those screens farther out. That time the defender went below the screen.
And a foul goes on Thompson. That'll be her second. 4:47 up on the clock. We will step aside. Timeout on the floor. Halfway through the third quarter, a 10-point contest as North Dakota looking for answers. Boise State, a double-digit lead. North Dakota basketball halfway through this third quarter. Demers, here's Hughes now left side. Off the glass, draws the foul on Bayes. And back to the free throw line goes North Dakota.
Earlier you said Hughes was the bridge because she had played for Coach Hutter before. She understands this ball's got to get in the paint. So the last 2 trips she has driven it in there and gotten to the free throw line. She knows what Dennis Hutter, her coach at NCAAW, wants.
At the free throw line, Hughes now with 8 points, tied with Walker Demers, who has 8 points, 7 rebounds. Coach Demers is 3 for 3 shooting from the floor. That's, you say 24 has got to get more touches inside.
Well, she won't now because she's on the bench. But when she goes back in, throw it to her. Remember they did that middle ball screen early? That really disrupted the Broncos. Go back to it. Defense has been solid for North Dakota. Illegal screen.
It's an offensive foul, and Coach P is upset on the sideline.
Mackenzie Hughes making plays for her coach at Mayville State. Well, you can't run through the screen either. I can see why Coach Fresno's a little upset.
Here's Auburn, North Dakota working through some weed. Here's a three-point shot from Hughes, and another three-pointer attempted by North Dakota, and they are 0 for 13. There's a feed inside to Howard. Howard, left side finish.
Nice. Plenty of time. No doubles coming because they honor the three-point line. Go 1-on-1.
Eighth different Bronco to score, and it's a double-digit lead now up to 11.
Boise State's used this soft zone the whole second half.
There's a foul on Howard from behind as Ava Miller hit the deck.
One of the issues that Boise State in that zone, they've got their hands really active, so it's hard for North Dakota to look inside and make a clean feed because of the Broncos well-versed in active hands in the zone defense.
First free throw is good for Miller. Walker Demers back into the game for North Dakota alongside London Harris, the freshman out of Minneapolis.
This is the big front line now for North Dakota. Pound it inside at the offensive end.
Calling for it inside is Howard. Howard back to work. Goes to the right hand and was blocked by Demers. Called for the travel as she came back down with it.
KYP by Demers. Know your scouting report. Know your personnel. Excellent job of hands to the ceiling and taking away the post move.
Hughes, left side of the lane, gets a basket.
There's the coach on the floor.
First field goal of the half for North Dakota.
And they came in the paint, Brad. Points in the paint. How they're going to win this game. As bad as they've shot, they're only down 7.
Jumper good by Bays, makes it 9.
As bad as they've played in this third quarter, North Dakota is still hanging around.
Feed inside across the lane, and they wave it off for a travel violation.
She heard some footsteps. Walker Demers, footsteps over her shoulder.
So 2:33 to play here in the third quarter. Boise State shooting 55% from the floor this half, 50% from 3. They're just 2 for 4. Or excuse me, they're 0 for 1 this third quarter from outside. And free throws coming for Boise State.
Boise State has had more success with the DHO dribble handoff than they have just on a straight ball screen as far as rubbing off the defender. They've gone to that here in the second half. And it's got them to the free throw line because now the defender's running into the handoff person, racking up some team fouls.
After the base free throw, 48-37. Thompson checks out. It's Pasco and Kira Thompson at the top of the zone for Boise State.
There you go.
Demers puts it up, tries to get it back.
Good things happen when the ball goes inside for North Dakota. Dennis Hutter applauding his team, and there's their frustration. Gordy Presnell. Physical front line. It's a concern for Boise State at the defensive end.
Libby Hutton called for the foul. That's her third. And Demers with the free throw now has 9 points, 7 rebounds in this game for North Dakota. And misses the second free throw, but an offensive rebound grabbed by Harvey. And North Dakota trying to grab it to get the over and back violation. Instead, Hutton picks up the loose ball, and then somehow Hughes just takes it right back.
Hughes is fun to watch.
Demers, bully ball inside. And it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Broncos basketball.
She missed it, but I still like the action. And now 22 in the game. Kenna Garza, remember they used her for a pick and pop first half, shot the 3-ball in.
Freshman coming off a career high 8 points against UC Riverside. There's a catch and shoot from the jumper for Borcherding. A little volleyball pass to keep that one in play by Demers. That's why you have multi-sport athletes.
It's a nice play. Kept possession alive.
There's Garza. And Garza gets fouled, will go to the line. As the foul goes on Demers, that's her second.
Kenna Garza has really good feet. Watch this hustle play. I always tell you, don't save it underneath the opponent's basket. One of the first lessons my 7th grade coach gave me. Don't save the ball under the opponent's basket.
Kenna Garza, the 6'2" freshman, averaged 17 points, 12 rebounds a game in high school or final season. Down to the corner on the drive. Harvey looking for a teammate. Now coming in, slashing in to get the basketball is Vollmer, who gets fouled on the layup attempt.
Baskets from the free throw line is as good as points in the paint.
First free throw is good for Vollmer.
Their 18th and 19th attempt for North Dakota. Just 8 free throws by Boise State.
Vollmer averages just 14 minutes a game, Coach, and she has shot the 4th most free throws on the season. An aggressive play can get you to the line, opportunity.
And I don't quote those numbers saying the officials are sidewalk. That's the way these teams are playing. North Dakota wants to go inside, be physical. Therefore, they're going to get the free throw line. The Broncos are a more finesse team who like to shoot the jumper and will not get fouled as much.
Final 30 seconds now of the 3rd quarter. Shot clock down to 9. Thompson off a screen and an illegal screen called on Borcherding.
They did move the ball screen out. North Dakota is still trying to go over the top. I love the effort of North Dakota defending these ball screens. They have been consistent throughout this game.
Hannah Miller out, Walker Demers in for the final 23.5 seconds of the 3rd quarter. See if North Dakota tries to get another touch inside for 24. She has 9 points, 8 rebounds. Hughes goes to work. Clock at 5. Now Vollmer launches a 3. Off the glass, no, and Bays does not get the half-court heave off, and it is a 9-point Boise State lead at the end of the 3rd quarter. 10 minutes remain in the Paradise Jam opener for North Dakota and Boise State. The winner will play Tulane tomorrow at 4 p.m. local time. The loser battles Elon at 1:30. Paradise Jam basketball continues after this. Fourth quarter begins. Boise State, a 9-point lead. 3-point attempt from Pasco. Rebound inside. Going to work is Garza. Garza with an and one opportunity coming at the start of our final quarter.
Garza, a good-looking freshman. They ran a play to try to get Pasco a 3 of the timeout, but 22. Nice footwork inside. You looking at the contact? I was looking at the feet.
Footwork was fantastic. Not a lot of contact there, but Garza, an opportunity to add an extra point. She does so. 9 points now for Kenna Garza in less than 6 minutes of action.
When you look for postmen, Brad, when you're recruiting, you look for soft hands, which Kenna Garza has, and you look for quick feet. Balance. Kenna Garza, freshman. Outstanding footwork and a soft pair of mitts.
6'2" out of Pocatello, Idaho. And that's knocked out of bounds by Tatum Thompson. Thompson last year, Mountain West All-Conference, led the team, was 12th in the conference, over 13.5 points per game, nearly 7 rebounds a game. She had 7 double-doubles last year as a junior and was named preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. Here's Ava Miller underneath. Can't get it to fall and commits the foul. And that is the 4th personal foul on Ava Miller.
Frustration foul. Thompson, good job on the backside of the zone of closing off that baseline move by Miller. And Ava picks up a 4th. 4 points for Ava Miller. Hard time getting on track against the Bronco defense.
Miller coming off a 14.6 rebound performance against Wyoming. And now the quick foul on Almer.
Well, the screen's farther out on the floor. Still trying to fight over the top. Getting some whistles against North Dakota.
Bays dumps it off. Thompson. Jumper for 2. And Thompson now with 12 points.
Thompson with the short roll. Screen and the short roll.
Another three-pointer. Does not fall. Almer fired that one.
You can't get it all back at once.
Garza, no good. And now a foul. Pasco fighting for the rebound. And the foul goes on Hughes.
This will not sit well with Dennis Hutter.
Hughes had inside position, but Pasco went up and got the basketball. Here's a catch and shoot on the inbounds for Thompson. Stays here, last touch by Ava Miller. And up off the bench, Walker Demers into the game. Miller's gonna check out.
Miller struggled a bit playing that 5 spot.
Oh, Thompson,
nice.
Right to the rim.
That's great body control. There was some contact. Is it still able to keep her eye on the prize? Yes.
Oh, nice move inside. Mackenzie Hughes at just 5'5", not afraid at all to go inside.
Set up by the screen by Walker Demers.
Oh, the drive and the finish. Bays taking control. Bays having a good night. 13 points for her. Her career high this season came against UC Davis, 31 points.
Yeah, Harris, we didn't see the beginning of that, but she got over the ball screen. Here's what Gordy Presnell has done here in the second half. He's setting the ball screen up from the baseline. They're still finding on the top, there's no help there. So when they get the turn the corner and the defender's chasing, they got a chance to make a play. Nice adjustment by Gordy Presnell.
Bays at the free throw line, a 71% free throw shooter. That rattles out. Hughes comes up with the rebound. Vollmer. Hughes goes inside, try to force it into Demers. And now the Broncos are running, and the layup is good for Pasco. And a timeout taken by head coach Dennis Hutter. Timeout on the floor. We will step aside. Boise State, an 18-point lead, their largest of the game. 60-42, we step aside. More Paradise Jam action coming your way after this. North Dakota basketball after the timeout taken by head coach Dennis Hutter. Boise State, an 18-point lead, their largest of the contest. As Demers got double teamed by Tatum Thompson, and they're going to hammer Thompson with the foul, and that's going to be her third. Boise State defensively has forced 19 North Dakota turnovers. Now, some of those North Dakota just not on the same page with each other in that first half, but the defense starting to make things difficult for the Fighting Hawks. Oh, Hughes the floater, a little spark for the final 7.5 of this game.
Hughes has been a bright spot for North Dakota. She's got 14, and they have not come easily. There's the floater. Late contact on that foul, but I'll give her an extra free throw for effort. Now, at some point, North Dakota may have to press, which is difficult to do against a Boise State team with number 5 ball handlers. See, there's that adjustment they made. They're screening from the baseline up, and they're short rolling Thompson.
Jumper for Thompson. 16 points now for for Tatum Thompson. Leading scorer on this Broncos team, and there's a takeaway. Tip pass by Garza.
Bad angle to pass from a top down.
Thompson, tough shot. There's a rebound underneath for Demers. 9 points, 9 rebounds now for Demers. Hughes dumps it off to her, but there to tie her up is Garza.
I will give North Dakota credit for this. Their defensive strategy to go to the top of screens, they did it the entire game, and that's not easy to do because you have to be very physical. You're going to hit screens, but they were committed to going over the top. Had success early. Broncos made some adjustments. And North Dakota may need to switch this screen that comes from the baseline up.
Boise State. Coach P says he loves this team's character and their motivation, their communication. As that shot goes in and out, there's an offensive rebound. And the dump off for Pasco. And then a foul sends us the other direction. So the foul goes on Hutton. Hutton with 8 points, 5 rebounds, having a pretty good game. Called for her 4th foul. The 3 from the corner, no good. Hughes thought about the 3. Inside, looked like Miller drug the pivot foot.
Yeah, she's got to come back over her left shoulder and go up.
North Dakota 0 for 15 from three-point land today.
They've had open looks also, but they came in here with a reputation of not being a very good three-point shooting team. That's something they can address in recruiting.
Thompson, the shot from the right block, was looking for a whistle. Now Hughes wants to set it up. Good post position inside. Better recovery defense by Jada Lewis, the freshman.
I like what Miller did in there to get herself open. Great defensive play from the weak side defender.
Thompson hands it off. Hanson back to Thompson. In and out, no.
Using Thompson a lot, the ball screen and then short roll to an open spot because she loves the mid-range jump shot.
16 points, 8 rebounds for Thompson.
Oh, throw it in there.
There's the drive, a kick, another three-pointer for North Dakota, and it's rebounded by Boise State.
They've had some good looks, and we knew that Ava Miller could make the threes. Came in here shooting over 50%.
Ten on the clock, final 4 minutes, and there's a bump by Harvey. Stops the clock at the 3:50 mark.
Now, Brad, when I was at the head coach at Omaha, you got to do a line change here, partner. Go to work. They're all coming.
Checking in on the floor, you have Vollmer, Hughes, Mathern, Hannah Miller, as well as Peakney for North Dakota. And for Boise State, Thompson stays on the floor with Beige, Kara Thompson. Pasco at the free throw line and wave the free throw off. Emily Howard ducked into the lane early. All right, Coach, back to your Omaha story.
Well, when I was the head coach at Omaha, I was in the same league as North Dakota. Their women's team, I was coaching the men's side, but the women's team was dominant in Division II. National championship Elite 8 runs, the late 90s.
Shot clock winding down for North Dakota. Vollmer needs some help. Here's the three-pointer coming for Hughes. And the long rebound out to Bays. Gene Roebuck, the coach, is that right?
Man, yeah, these Roebucks are a long time. 97 national champs, Division II. 98 national champs, Division II. 99 Division II national champs. 3 years in a row, and then the finals in the 99. Dominated the North Central Conference and the national basketball scene. Made the jump to Division II. This is a proud program, and they will be good again under Dennis Hutter.
It was all Boise State here today, though, Coach, and for the Broncos, forcing North Dakota into three-pointers. As this second half, North Dakota 0 for 11 from 3 after they dominated the paint in the first half. Boise State did a really good job taking away what was working.
I really like what this team in the Mount West. Next year they jump into the Pac-12 with a newly formed Pac-12 with. It's going to be a great basketball league. But this Boise State team, shooters, hard to prepare for, post play inside, great ball handlers. Really, really good team.
Pasco, the floater, no.
And they got a great coach. He's been around for a long time, and he knows how to recruit to his school and to his program.
Maldonado off his screen. Clock at 4. Jumper for Maldonado. Anaya Fletcher fighting for the rebound, and it will be North Dakota basketball. Fletcher, redshirt freshman from Ontario. And Natalie Pasco checks out. 7.7 rebounds for her. And we're going to have a challenge, I believe, on this out-of-bounds call. As coaches get an appeal here for plays, they get to look at out of bounds. And with minute 57 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Going to the monitor is Corey Long, Simona Petronete, and Ashley Birch. So
Boise
here's another look.
Okay.
And I saw Corey Long, the official, along the baseline after this play. He motioned as if someone was out of bounds while touching the ball. And I think that's what the call is.
Foot on the line.
So 65-45, Coach. Boise State looks to be on track to facing Tulane in the championship game of the Harbor Division tomorrow. Here's a look at the coach's challenge. So that's what, at any time you can appeal out of bounds plays till the last 2 minutes of regulation, basket interference and goaltending, as well as restricted area plays, which we don't have in women's basketball.
That was going to stay with North Dakota.
The final 2 minutes of this contest. It'll be back-to-back days for both of these teams, playing again tomorrow. The loser at 1:30, the winner at 4 o'clock local time. 6 on the shot clock. The shot fake now firing a 3 is Peekney. The rebound inside for Howard.
Fletcher working really hard inside the redshirt freshman to get a post touch.
The illegal screen called on Howard. Coach Gordy Presnell will win his 775th career game. Again, top 30 all-time in NCAA history.
Congratulations to Coach. That's a lot of wins. Good place to do it also. Right here in the beautiful U.S. Virgin Islands.
3-second violation called on North Dakota. And with 49 seconds up on the clock, the Broncos get ready to move to 6-1. And North Dakota, after their first win of the season, defeating Wyoming, will fall to 1-6.
Good start for Boise State. Only loss at Colorado.
Calling forward inside is Fletcher. Fletcher with the left hand. It's rebounded inside by Garza. And Boise State will dribble this one out. Boise State not as hot of shooting as what they have done so far this season. 4 of 11 from three-point land for 36%, from the floor 45%. Coach, just what you thought North Dakota wanted to make it physical, they did so in that first half, but Boise State really made North Dakota uncomfortable in the second half.
North Dakota has struggled from the perimeter, as we saw. They couldn't make a three. Their game plan was good. They kind of forgot about their post players in the third quarter. But when you look at Boise State, they have so many weapons. They can great concepts of how to play the second and third side of the court. They got inside post players. And they played that zone. Were really good in their zone. They went to it about the second quarter and stuck with it because it was so effective against North Dakota.
For North Dakota, Mackenzie Hughes, 15 points to lead the way. For the Broncos of Boise State, it was 8 points by Hutton, 15 by Bays, and Tatum Thompson, our play of the game, powered by One Communications. Jumper in the second quarter. She had a game-high 16 points, 7 of 17 shooting. She was 2 for 2 from three-point land, too, making her first 2 threes of the season.
Got those early, but the game mid-range jump shot was superb. Tatum Thompson, 16 points, 8 boards, and 4 steals for Tatum Thompson.
And dominated the second half as well, outscoring North Dakota 31-15. For the coach, Kevin Lehman, and our entire crew here from St. Thomas Island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, I am Brad Wells. Thanks for joining us here for the opening game for North Dakota and Boise State at the 2025 U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. This has been a presentation of ESPN.